Hi everyone, my name's Tammy Bux and I am a yoga and Qigong instructor, and I welcome you to this Ancient Eastern Practices class, and we'll make a start. So thank you for joining me. And I'm not quite sure where to look on the camera. I'm looking in the funny direction, but that's okay. So let's start. I think if you're happy to just be seated for the moment, we'll start on the ground, and if you're happy and you don't need the bolster. So we come into a very comfortable seated position and just allow the hips to sink into the ground. Elongate the spine. The crown of the head is towards the sky. Chest slightly lifted. Hands very relaxed on the knees. Chin slightly tucked down. So while we're in this comfortable Sukhasana, easy cross-legged pose, just take a few moments to describe today's journey for you. So we'll be doing a combination of ancient Eastern practices, which includes Qigong, yoga, pranayama, breathwork, and guided meditation, and also some portions of self-reflection. So what I'd like you to do now for the next few moments is really get in tune with your body, with your mind, with your emotions. Just take a little bit of time to feel into the body. How are you feeling today? Are there any aches and pains? Is there any tiredness? You may feel fresh. Just feel into all the parts of the body that you can become aware of at the moment. And just notice it. There's no judging. There's no criticizing. There's just an awareness, an observation. Just keep in mind that there may be body parts that need a little extra care and extra compassion and kindness. So please give that to yourself today. If anything doesn't feel right, feel free to modify. Feel free to stop and breathe. It's your practice, your body, and I want you to feel comfortable. And now we come into the mind. What are the thoughts that are bubbling up? Is there a to-do list? Is there a shopping list? Is there plans for the weekend, plans for the coming week? Just notice the thoughts, observe them. Again, we're not judging, we're just becoming aware, becoming the witness of our thoughts. Allow those thoughts to rise up and then allow them to float away like a leaf on a stream. We don't want to suppress them. We just notice and allow them to float away. And now coming to the emotional body, are there any feelings arising, good or bad, or somewhere in between? Get in tune with your emotions. Become aware of what's rising up. And where does that emotion sit in the body? Is it in the chest, in the belly? And gently, gently scan the whole body, mind, and emotional body. Be at peace with where it's at. Bring yourself into the present moment. And if your eyes are closed, gently blink open the eyes. And we will start with our hands on our abdomen, and we'll do abdominal breathing. So we become aware of the inhale, and the tummy stretches out, and on the exhale, the belly moves back towards the spine. Breath through the nose, inhale, feel that belly expand, the diaphragm push down, the lungs expand, and on the exhale, the belly and navel go back to the spine, expelling all that stagnant air. Breathe in deeply, smoothly, slowly, and on the exhale, feel the hands move back towards the spine. We'll do 2 more of these breaths. On the inhalation, feel the ribs expand, the chest barrel out. And on the exhalation, everything contracts back in. The stagnant air moves out. And last, deep belly breath. Really feel those lungs fill, feel the ribs moving out, and very slowly and gently contract, contract, contract. You're pushing the air out, getting rid of that CO2. And soften, soften and release. And so now we gently move our hands to the side on our knees and press ourselves up very slowly, very gently to a standing position. And the feet are hip distance apart. And we'll stand in mountain pose for a few moments. So we have the knees over the ankles, the hips are over the knees. We bring our shoulders up, back, and down. Chin is slightly tucked, crown of the head to the sky. The fingers are pointing down. And now we soften everything. So we're in alignment. There is a sense of ease and alertness at the same time, and we feel into the feet on the ground. Feel the heart beating in the chest. Notice the breath, the quality of the breath. Again, we come into the present moment, no judgment. Just be the witness to your body, to your thoughts, to your emotions. And from here, I'll demonstrate the first Qigong exercise. So in Qigong, what we are aiming to do is release stagnant energy in the first portion of the session. Anything that is stuck, stagnant, what is not serving you in the tissues of the body, out through the breath, the thoughts, the emotions, we are releasing, we are purging, we are scattering and dispersing that energy. From there, we will move into some yoga, standing strength exercises and some martial arts. And then we will finish off the exercise portion with the replenishing exercises. We will gather the energy back in, that new life force energy that we now have made space for in the tissues, in the cells, in the breath, in the heart. So we start with 4 scattering or dispersing exercises. And I'll quickly show you tossing the stone. So we breathe in and the arms go up. And as we breathe out, we slightly bend our knees, we twist our torso, the front arm comes forward and the back arm goes back. And it's almost like you're throwing a bowling board, but really high. So we breathe in and come up, and breathe out, and we turn and we look to that arm at the front. We breathe in and come up, breathe out. And what we're doing mentally is we are gathering and then expelling. So we're bringing all of that stagnant energy out through the hands. We leave it out, back down into the earth. We breathe out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And we are deliberately slow on this. The body craves this slow movement to balance our nervous system, to bring us back to that state of equanimity. Breathe in, breathe out. All of this you can take as a moving meditation and breath work. and exercise all in one. The repetition and that knowledge of what you're doing after maybe 5 rounds, 10 rounds, 20 rounds, it's all food and fodder for the nervous system to dampen down that cortisol, that adrenaline. We are creating a sense of safety, a sense of peace and calm, this predictable movement. And it's almost like you're having a bird-like elevation and a very gentle. And so we can start to like toss almost, feeling of tossing. And as you toss, you release whatever's stuck, whatever's stagnant, and we'll just do a few moments of silent so we can get into that moving meditation. And then feel free to go at your own pace now. If you feel a little bit like you need it to be faster, please follow your body's rhythm. And we'll finish in 3, 2, and 1, and gently meet and gently float the hands down. So we're going to meet in Wuji stance. It's similar to mountain in yoga. We have our feet hip distance apart, a soft bend in the knees, the tailbone is down, the crown is up, and there's a little bit of space in the armpits and the hands move back. So this is called hollow man or hollow person. You know, the names were given thousands of years ago, so unfortunately men were the ones who were teaching this. So this is a hollow body. And the aim is to feel like there's nothing inside. So you're trying to balance. And now soften the shoulders down. Soften, keep that. So sometimes what you can do here when you're in the zone is close your eyes and feel as though the body is just sky. It's blue, there are a few clouds, it's hollow, weightless, light. And then the mood might change and you may see the night sky dark, filled with stars and planets. So the cosmos within reflects the cosmos without. Again, we're getting to know our body, we're listening to our heartbeat, and we release. And let's shake it out. So I'll be pausing every now and again for you to really feel into the body. What we're doing is we're bringing the mind into the body, into the present moment. And the idea is for you to get intimately acquainted with every part of your skin, your flesh, your bones, your marrow, your bloodstream, your organs. That is the beauty of Qigong, is that we are coming back to basics, coming back to the body that we have ignored. We have just not tried to listen to what our body is telling us. And so these are the practices that help us get back in touch. So the next exercise is we're going to do whole body shaking. There are 2 ways to do this. There's one where you can lift your heels up, and when you strike the heels, you get this percussive movement, and it actually kind of tonifies and strengthens the bone mass if you do it a long time and for many days. It can get very tiring on the calves. And so what I suggest is we start off with a few heel strikes, and then as you get tired, bring it back down, and we just move the rest of the body. So I might just turn and quickly show. I don't know if you can see here. You can go up and strike, and then feel for that reverberation in. So if you can feel, right? And then we start to go a little faster. And I'm just showing you from behind that you don't have to lift your heels very high. And we just move and shake the body. And we're moving and shaking. And then when you get tired, keep your heels down. So please listen to what your body is telling you. So you can start with a big, this is really, really good for revitalizing all of the tissues, the cells. We're getting the lymph going. So we're getting lymphatic drainage in these first couple of classes, these exercises. And the breath releases the toxins. Any little beads of sweat will release the toxins. You may have to pee in the middle of class or after class. Please feel free to do so, because we're really moving it. And now what we do is we start to shake, and we can lift up the heels very, very minutely, and we're shaking. So this is like, I think I do this almost every day, this shaking. And then when your heels and calves get tired, just shake and feel almost like a rag doll. And you're really softening. We're actually softening the feet, softening the shins and the calves. Breathe through it. And like nice, jiggly, wibbly wobbly hands, all loosey goosey. You can do a little bit of a bobblehead, not too much, because we don't want to injure the neck. Breathe deeply. You'll be surprised that just a few minutes of this whole body shaking any time of the day, suddenly the physiology changes the psychology. And these are the ancient Eastern arts that people have been practicing for thousands of years. And we in the West have only just started to rediscover the ancient wisdom. Now, it may feel or look familiar to you when a child is having a tantrum. What do? They just get that energy and emotion out of their body. And it's very natural. A lot of these moves you will find are very intuitive to very small children, because they know how to release all of that pent-up anger, frustration, disappointment out of their body. Even if they're excited, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you know what happened? Like this, like this, like this. And then the excitement. So it is very natural. And what we're doing here is, when we pause, you'll notice suddenly you'll get this imperceptible kind of tingling under the skin. You may have got it already just by these small movements. And so we will slow down, and we'll come to stillness in 3, in 2, in 1, and let's go back to hollow body, Wuji. Slight bend in the knees. And I know that the arms feel like they're out like hangman or whatever. Just bring the shoulders down very gently. And if you want to close your eyes, keep them open, whatever you like, and feel back into that hollow body. Feel, you're sensing the messaging. And for everyone, it's different. Maybe a tingling under the skin, a racing of the heart, a pulse surging through the body, a few little droplets of sweat, the breath, bring the breath back down, and we're feeling into it. I want you to become your body's best friend. Really listen, have a dialogue. And gently, 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 if your eyes are closed, open the eyes and we'll shake it out. So the next scattering and dispersing exercise is, I don't know if this has a name, but I call it twirling arms. So we actually get the feet a little wider than hip distance, and we're bending into the knees. And we'll start with our hands on our hips, and we're twisting from side to side, but the knee is also going from side to side. So we're twisting the torso, and we are moving the hips, the lower part of the vertebra, the upper back, and the neck, and then we turn around and look around. And so here we're starting to get into the lubrication of the spine. So we're bringing, with the movement, we bring that beautiful synovial fluid into all of those nooks and crannies, into the vertebra. The vertebra need movement to be nourished and hydrated. And this gentle, soft, spiraling movement is what the body craves. We don't spiral a lot in our everyday comings and goings. And so now that you've got the legs and the knees in play, we now use momentum, and the momentum, we just let our arms flop. So the arms are going by momentum. We're not moving the arms. The arms are like little propellers. And you may feel that when you turn, you're striking the front of the hip, the back of the buttocks, and that's all good. We're activating that lower energy center. The vital life force energy resides, according to Chinese medicine. We have the dantian, which is the lower energy center here, just behind the navel, just a bit lower than the navel, in the center of the body. This is where the life force is stored and released from. And so you can go as slow as you like, and remember to get that head in. Don't crank your neck too much, but please get the head moving so we're getting that beautiful cervical spine twisting along with the rest of the backbone. And be mindful of the knees. We don't want to overly stretch and twist the knees. So please bring your mind into your body, into your knees, and be aware of what your knees are telling you. Again, in Qigong, we are doing repetitive motion, soothing, calming, and there's a releasing again with the arms, just whatever needs to be purged, let it go out through the arms, down back into the earth. Even feel through the soles of your feet. Let go through the soles of your feet into the earth. Another moving meditation here. And keep on breathing. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the nose, whatever suits you. And so there is a method to this madness of repetitive movement. You could almost close your eyes and just allow the body to lead you. Not put too much thought into it. But keep on breathing. Again, it's a very soft, gentle, swirling motion. We have a lot of circles and twirls and swirls and twists in Qigong. There's no hard edges. It's generally circular, smooth. Take a few minutes in silence, a few moments. Breathing. Just letting go, letting go. Just be gentle with yourself, so soft, kind, and compassionate. If there's one message for today, it's having kindness, compassion for ourselves. And that way we can bring kindness and compassion to others without resentfulness, without it feeling like a chore. We fill up our own hearts, and we will very gently in 3, in 2, and 1, and come very slowly to a stand. So back to Wuji and back to feeling into the body. There may be a lightness of being. There may be a lifting and elevating quality. There may be a tingling, imperceptible tingling under the skin, in the fingertips. in the toes. Just feel into your own experience. Soften. Feel. Listen to the body. Very gently blink open the eyes. Shake out the arms and legs. We had the last purging exercise, or there's lots of words. I don't like the word purging, but that's kind of what they use in Qigong. But it's releasing, scattering, dispersing that energy that we don't need anymore, especially in the morning. The best time to do Qigong is the morning, because all of the knots and the things that get into the body at night, we just release them, and then we strengthen the muscles, and then we bring that replenishment in, so that we've actually, by moving, we are harnessing more energy into our day than depleting it like doing some kind of high intensity workout. So this last exercise is embracing the tiger and returning to the mountain. So embracing the tiger it's all like a metaphorical. There's no tiger claws in this one. It's metaphorical, meaning we are bringing that energy of the tiger and then the stillness. So we will, let me see, feet are hip distance apart. And let's start with the hands coming together at the navel, and it's almost like you're holding a little ball. So it's almost cupping. And then we're feeling if there's any energy, maybe go in and out a little bit. Sometimes you might feel a little activation in the fingers, in the palms of the hands, maybe not, and it doesn't matter. You can visualize there's a golden ball of energy in between the fingers and the palms, growing in size as you go out, contracting as you go in, and then you can visualize that ball sometimes in your behind your navel, creating that beautiful energy. We've got that ball, and now what we're going to do is we are skimming onto the lake. So our hands go out, and then we breathe in and put the back of the palms together. And then we push out with the knife edge of the hand and push down, push back, circle the arms around and gather, and then bring it into that golden ball of light. Breathe in, we breathe out, push out, squat down a little bit, breathe in, back of the palms up, and then we do almost like a little karate chop. Breathe in and circle. Breathe out and bring the hands back down, and now we breathe into that ball. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out as we gather, and breathe into that ball. Now we breathe out, out, back of the hands and into the forward knife edge. Circle around, semicircles. Bring it back into the center, and we can just keep on doing this. Now you can do this with your eyes closed if you want to just get, again, that movement happening. Let's do a few more of these. Again, incredibly nourishing for the nervous system. moving meditation, moving breath work. Breathe in, open the chest, breathe out as we kind of press into the tummy. Breathe in, open the chest, breathe out. It's almost hypnotic. Breathe in as we expand. Breathe out back to the belly. Breathe into that golden ball, and now let the golden ball go. Hands on a lake. And then reverse prayer. I call this reverse prayer, knife edge. Really feel into the experience, the nourishment. We'll do a few more rounds. Breathe into that golden ball. And now spread the hands on the lake. Round, back down. 2 more. Hands on the lake. Knife edge. Spread like a rainbow. And that beautiful golden ball. 1 more for good measure. Really feel into the softness and suppleness of these movements. How you're almost giving yourself an internal massage, an external massage with this. And now we bring that ball in. And we can just feel between the hands. There is an electromagnetic field that surrounds the earth that we can tap into through our body, through the soles of our feet, the palms of our hands. Just tap into that imaginary golden light in between the hands. And now release. I want you to stand for a little moment and just think to yourself, how do I feel different from when I came in 30 minutes ago? What is the quality of the skin, of the sinew, of the flesh and the bones and the blood and the lymph? Really get into that, inhabit this beautiful, beautiful, like meat dress that we're in. Inhabit it. Inhabit and notice and become aware. What is the quality of mind now? Were the emotions turbulent? Have they dampened down? Is the mind less scattered? Have we been able to release and purge whatever we came in here with? Maybe 50%, maybe more. The art of noticing, the art of observing is just as much a practice as the movement of the body and the breath. And we gently, gently come back. So now we're going to go into more of the yoga standing strength. So I want to build up some heat in those muscles, get a little bit of the heart rate moving before we come back and close into bringing that beautiful replenishing energy back into the body. And so to begin, I'd like us to do a priming breath. This is not exactly yoga, but it has some basis in yoga. So we're very firm on our feet. We've got a very soft stance in the knees, and we're going to use the body to help us churn the breath in and out. It's almost like a locomotive. So we breathe in and then churn out. So we're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and turning and bringing down. So we start slow, in. So we're getting a spinal twist and we're getting the breath at the same time. And a little twist in the knees and the hips. We'll do a few more at this pace, and then I will let you know in 3, 2, and 1, and let's go faster. Keep on breathing and really into the chest, out. The arms are starting to activate the biceps, the triceps, the back muscles, the chest. We'll do 10 more of these. 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now as we go up, we just float the arms down. And let's just go into mountain pose. Now, mountain pose, again, is very soft. You just want an alignment, feet into the ground, shoulders back, hands down, crown of the head up, chin is slightly tucked, and then soften everything. And now feel. We're warmer, the heart's beating, activating that beautiful cardiovascular pump action. So I want us to open up the joints before we go into standing strength. So feet are hip distance apart. We bring our hands on our hips and we're going to roll through the hips here. So we're getting a rotation in the ankles, a rotation in the knees, a rotation in the hips, and all of these joints are beautifully articulating and getting lubricated, hydrated. So as soon as you move the joint, the hydration happens. That's why when in the morning we're all creaky, is because we haven't been moving and there's no hydration in those joints. So this is a beautiful one to do when you first wake up, in the middle of the day if you've been sitting down too long, and breathe through it. And really, like, there's a reason why this movement is in a lot of indigenous cultures. We've got hula dancing, belly dancing, maybe in African dance. So it's very replenishing and nourishing for these tired old hips that get stagnant. And we'll, in 3, 2, 1, we'll reverse very gently, go the other way. So what we normally do to begin with, you're kind of like gyrating from side to side so that the hip is getting a really good kind of swirling in the femur bone in the hip socket. We want to make that nice and supple. Now, if you have trouble in your hips, please be very gentle. I can feel this hip of mine a little creaky and prone to like get out of its place. So I'm going to go a bit carefully. But really like luxuriate. I find this to be very soul replenishing. So you can really marinate and bathe in this beautiful circular motion and feel very enlivened in this lower part of the body. And so we'll stop on 3 and 2 and 1 and gently come back. We want to bring the feet together. We're going to do some knee circles. So there are 2 positions. If you find it hard to bend down, please put your hands on your thighs and just circle your knees. If you have the ability and that range of motion, you cup the palms and put the palms on the knees, and then we're circling. So if this is hard, please feel free to bring your hands up, because we do not want to get any knee injuries. And so we're breathing through this also. And can you feel you're getting a beautiful massage in your feet, all the tarsals and metatarsals, all those little bones in the feet are also coming along for the ride. The ankles, even that hip motion is happening. a little bit in your torso as well. So just notice for that feeling. It's almost like my feet are not used to this, and so I can feel all the bones moving around. I don't do this one every day, but it is beautiful. It's a very lovely, another antidote to sitting on the chair all day. And in 3, 2, and 1, we'll gently reverse. So again, it's your practice, it's your experience. Feel for where there's tightness, feel for, there'll be a sticky bit somewhere, one way or the other. There generally is, unless you're incredibly flexible. And so become aware of it. I feel a little sticky in my left ankle. There's a little bit of discomfort. I'm just moving through that discomfort. It's not pain. It's just a little uncomfortable because it's my weak ankle. So get to know your joints and your body so well that you can say, okay, this is healthy for me. I'm not overextending. And in 3, 2, and 1, I just want you to stay here, and we're going to bend and stretch. And so I'll show you on the side. So we're bending and stretching. So this is, again, we're not dumping into the knees when we go down, but we want to get a bit of a hamstring stretch. So breathe in and stretch. Breathe in and stretch. And again, I love to cup the knees here because there's often some warmth coming from the palms, and that gives you an extra layer of flexibility because you're warming those joints. My palms tend to be quite warm, and so it's almost like a little mini hot stone massage on the knees. Breathe through it, and we want to be sure that our ankles and our knees and our hips are good for these next couple of exercises. And we'll finish in 3, in 2, and 1, and then gently bend the knees and gently rise up. Rise up. Check it out. The last 2 joint mobility exercises, one will be the shoulders and one will be the wrists. So we kind of make little beaks with our fingers and put them on the shoulder blades. The beaks are going to open up, but I like to start off like that. It's very hard to hold the fingers like that. So you start off like that and then let the fingers expand as you are. But we move in and we bring the shoulders in, up, the elbows in and up and around and down. And you're breathing out on the way down, bending in and then opening up, and the shoulder blades go together, opening the chest, and then breathing out, breathing in, up and around. And we're making like a wave-like motion with the body. So we're almost arching the back on the way up. The scapula goes together and we bring the shoulder blades apart as we bring the elbows together and down and press into the abdomen. So we're breathing in, shoulder blades together, breathing out, shoulder blades apart. And there's like, it's almost like a wave-like motion. Really beautiful, smooth, soothing. And again, you're getting that lovely breath right into the chest. And then your tummy pressing on your thighs helps to expel the air. If you notice, there's a very intuitive way of us opening the chest, expanding the rib cage, and then pressing down and contracting and expelling the air. But this is quite, we need to recognize that it's a shoulder blade movement as well. So we don't want to forget the shoulder blades. And now gently, when we come up the next time, we go in the opposite direction. So we do a little chicken dance in the opposite direction. So we're breathing out on the way down, breathing up as we're breathing in on the way up, breathing out on the way down. Again, shoulder blades in together. As we come down, shoulder blades away from each other. So put your mind into your shoulder blades so that we really want to get that range of motion in that area that is often neglected. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one, breathe in, breathe out, and release, and just shake it out. The last exercise is for the wrists. And so we're going to put our feet at hip distance apart. And I'll just show you here. We bring the hands in, and then we twist the wrists, we push them back, and then we bring them around. So we're getting a shoulder rotation and the wrists. So it's almost like, I'll just show you from this side. So we're twisting the shoulders in, the palms are to the sky, and then when we come forward, we bring them back round. So if you can see the hands, and we bend a little bit, and then we bring them up, palms up on the way back. So the palms up as we push them back, twirl, and then twirl the arms back in. So we're pushing back, pushing the palms behind us, shoulders are forward, bring that range of motion, and then twist the hands back in. We'll do 2 more of these, and then we'll go in the opposite direction. It's very, the body doesn't know how to do this. So it's not something that this is like a flamenco kind of style of hand movement, or even in where I'm from, in Pakistan, we move our hands like that when we dance, but not with the shoulders like this. And let's just finish on this one, and we bring it in, and then we push like a breaststroke out, and then we flip the palms up, bring them in, and then push them around. So flip the palms up, bring the hands back. Breaststroke with a twist. Or my teacher says it's like parting the curtains to the netherworld. We'll do 2 more of these. Like, I don't know, I feel it in my shoulders right now. It's not something we're used to doing. And that wrists get a beautiful kind of twisting too. And release. You may just want to get those shoulders a little soft. Let's do a few neck rolls before we get into our standing strength. Just hands on hips, and let's roll the neck side to side. So we're scraping the chin across the collarbone, only doing half right now. So the chin goes across the collarbone and maybe ear to shoulder. Please listen to your body. This can be one of the crankiest parts of the body, the neck. There's so many small little vertebrae in there, prone to injury. So on the next way round, we bring our nose up to the sky like we're tracing a rainbow. We don't want to put the head too far back. We don't want to have like a little Pez dispenser head. We want to keep control. And so the nose is our guide, and it like kind of creates a semicircle in the sky, as though we were drawing a rainbow with our nose. Keep on breathing. And now if you feel comfortable, you can do the full rotation around and up. And then the opposite direction, around and up. And the opposite direction. And just a few more sways of the head. And we come to the center and release. Okay, so now we've purged, we've released the energy, we have mobilized the joints, and now we will go into our martial arts move, which is feet are hip distance apart, or wider than hip distance, and bend in the knees. So in Qigong, we have something called a horse stance. So as you can imagine, it's almost like you're sitting on a horse, right? So when you're sitting on a horse, the tailbone is down, the crown is up, and you're trying to create a nice tall spine, right? Now, that can be quite heavy on the knees, so we just lighten it up. But the idea of the horse stance is that the spine is long, and you're not kind of dumping in back or going forward. You're just very comfortably tall with the spine. And just to get a feel for it, we put our index finger and thumb up and we create this is our resting position. And so from here, we gather and bring in and breathe in, bring the fist to the side of the chest, and then we're going to make a sound on the exhale and punch forward, like maybe you've seen in martial arts movies or something. And so we're rising up, bringing that up, and then bending down and curving the back a little bit. So release anything that you need to release. Anger, frustration, disappointment. Just let it all out. It's very, very healthy, but let it out, let it out. And power, strength, sovereignty, compassion, kindness, love, strength, power, kindness, compassion, sovereignty. We are the queen of our own dominions. Become that queen, become that sovereign. Feel the power from the belly into the chest. Strength. No matter what life brings you, you can face the challenge. We'll do 3, 2, 1. And now gently, gently, gently bring it back to our resting pose. Feel into the heartbeat, and now we gently, gently come back. Feel, you want to put your hands on your heart, feel into your heart. And now, what is the quality of mind? What is the quality of emotions? What is your body telling you? How is the physiology changing the psychology? Talk to yourself, talk to the body, thank it. Thank your body as your best friend. Feel the power, the strength. Feel that earth energy rising up through the feet into the heart, the sky energy showering down through the crown of the head into the heart. And this is where heaven and earth meet, the sky and earth meet in the heart center. Courage, that means courage, but it's of the heart. Cœur is heart in French. Courage means that your heart is open and strong, and yet you can face anything. Be with your best friend, be with your body. Have a dialogue, allow it to speak to you, speak to it with kindness and compassion. Now gently, gently, hands down. So the next yoga pose will be goddess. So we've become sovereign of our domain, of our dominion, and now we are going to inhabit the goddess within and the goddess without. So for this, we do have the feet quite wide apart, and I like the feet to be at a 45, so a little bit duck feet, and then we bend the knees. And for this, let's just, first we'll just start by doing a very gentle flow. So we're getting, again, a little bit of that hydration into the knees, because we're going to be holding this with the knees for a few breaths. So let's get, and then we're activating the quads, the glutes, getting that beautiful pumping action in the glutes. So anytime you move your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, you start to get the heart pumping. So this is cardio. It's not like intensive cardio, but it's getting your heart racing, because the blood needs to get to those big muscles and give it oxygen and replenishment. And so let's, from here, very gently, we're going side to side. Again, just getting a little bit more movement into the hips, into the knees, breathing through it. And in 3, 2, and 1, we're going to meet in the center, and we're going to hold the goddess pose. So we've got the tailbone down, crown up, and we'll hold it for 10, 9, 8, hold in the belly, 6, engage the abs, engage the glutes, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we'll go into goddess flow. So we go up and down. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, we're feeling powerful. We are in our feminine wisdom. Our goddess pose is bringing us strength, and yet kindness and compassion at the same time. And we'll hold again after this. So in 3, in 2, in 1, and now let's hold for 10, 9, 8, engage the abs, engage the glutes, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and gently float the arms down, heel toe the feet together, shake it out. So now that we've done, we've released, we've mobilized the joints, we've gathered, we've kind of created that heat and that energy in the body, we've got the heart pumping, we'll now bring that energy back into the body so it can be replenished and feel very vibrant and alive and not depleted whatsoever. Right now, we may feel a little bit spent, just a very little bit, because we've been working our muscles. But now what we want to do is harness that energy and bring that chi. So the chi is the life force energy. It's like prana in yoga. It is within us. It is all around us. And we can learn to harness that energy. So let's start with our replenishing exercise. So feet, hips distance apart. We will do koi fish in the pond. So a slight bend in the knees. And we are going to move the hands as though the hands are fish and they're koi fish in a pond. And so we've got this gentle, smooth, and the hands are kind of soft. We do flex the fingers, but we're not flexing it inordinately. And so again, this is a moving meditation. The eyes can follow the hands as though these were koi fish. Very, very gentle, almost like a swirling, eddying motion. You see like a little eddy in a stream, and it swirls and it twirls, and that's what we're looking for. Supple and soft. And in a moment, we are going to see how the koi fish jumps out of the pond and rises up. So let's start on one side. And now the fish jumps up and the palm goes up and it jumps out across. This hand stays, right hand stays down, and then round. And then we go to the other side, and the front hand comes up and around and down, and that hand comes to join this other hand. And again, this is a breathing exercise, moving meditation. Very nourishing for the body, the mind, the emotions. Breathe in, breathe out. As your hand rises, you breathe in, stretch the side of the body, stretch the arms. Breathe in on the way up. Breathe out on the way down. Just make it your own, make it soothing, replenishing. And the slower we go, the more life force energy we're gathering in. And the body responds with this gentle, almost like a caress. If you close your eyes, you can almost feel like you're in a trance. The hands are moving themselves. We'll do a few more of these. Three, 2, and 1. And bring our hands in the center, and the palms are facing up, and they're one palm over the other, not touching, near your navel. And from here, we bring the knees are again bent and the spine is up, and we bring this arm up and around, breathe up, and then we take a half prayer and we align and center the energy right down from the crown of the head to the third eye, throat, heart center, solar plexus, sacrum and root. And then we lay that hand and the opposite hand goes up and around, centering, aligning, bringing that replenishing energy back into the center line of the body, to the energy centers. So you're tracing a golden light, a golden thread, and that hand palm goes up. Again, whatever visualization works for you, it's a golden light, a golden thread, cascading waterfall, down through the midline, through the center, and the other hand. Keep on breathing through it and visualize a beautiful energy that is entering your body, filling the cells of your body, the tissues, the organs. Softening, soothing, nourishing. Palm goes up, and let's just stay in our own practice in silence for the next few moments. Continue to breathe and come back to the present moment. And palm on palm, we stand just for a moment. And if the eyes were closed, blink them open, bring the feet together. So we stack the toes next to each other, the heels next to each other. Palm on the belly. And now we are a bamboo in the wind. So we close our eyes, or you can keep the eyes softly gazed at the bottom and just let the body move in the way that it wants to move, like a bamboo in the breeze. Gravity is holding you down, but you may sway forward, backwards, just soften, relax. Visualize yourself maybe like a leaf on a tree, moving with the wind. If you do close your eyes, you may get out of balance, and that's fine. We want to let go, feel replenished, feel whole, immersed into nature. Just allow the body to sway, to move, getting those last minute releases out any which way. And very gently blink open the eyes. And before we move down to the mat, feet hip distance apart, we'll do a practice called pulling down the heavens. So we bring our hands as though we can feel the earth's energy rising up into the palm of the hands. From the molten core of the earth, we feel that power, that sustenance. And we bring that energy up as we breathe up. And as we get to the heart, we flip the hands up, look up to the sky, and we shower that energy, that radiant, replenishing energy from the sky through the crown of the head, down the face, the throat, the chest, the abdomen, the hips, down to the earth. Once again, we'll do 2 more of these. Really feel that energy, visualize it coming up, and flip it up. And then from the ether, from the sky, we shower all the goodness, the luminosity, the glow, fills all the cells in the body, the tissues, the organs, gathering, drawing in that goodness. And the last, really feel as if you're pulling from the earth. There's a magnetic field, and you're resisting, and now you rise up rise up, hands towards the sky, and allow that energy to shower down from the heavens, from the cosmos. Picture it as the night sky full of stars, or the day sky, the sun, cleansing, clearing, replenishing, back down. We stand and we feel. We give thanks for our bodies, for this practice. We gently release. Now we are going to come down to the ground. We'll do a few spinal stretches and hip rolls, and then if you want the bolster under your legs for the meditation, or you want to sit up in meditation, if you need any props, this is the time to bring them. You may start to cool down as we go into meditation, so please bring something warm, keep it next to you, because the body temperature does go down quite a lot. So yeah, you can keep the bolster just by your side, and when we're ready to slip it under the knees, I'll let you know. Just keep it in arm's length. And so we slowly bring our hands down, and we put our fingers down to the ground, and then we gently put our knees onto the ground. And I'm going to go sideways here, and we tuck the toes under, and we're making a tabletop. So shoulders are above the wrists, hips are above the ankles, and we're going to just stir the pot. So we're moving the hips around, again, just getting any kinks out before we go down to the ground. So the hips roll around, rolling very gently. So you're getting back in, you're actually getting into the wrists, the shoulders, the hips, the knees, the ankles. Again, we did a lot of standing, so we want to bring some hydration back into those joints. And in 3, 2, and 1, we'll reverse, so the opposite direction. And curling the toes is very good for the fascia under the feet. Sometimes people get that plantar fasciitis. One of the ways to avoid that is to curl the toes back, which again, something we almost never do in daily life. So we're getting a nice stretch through the fascia and even at the front of the foot. And you can make this your own. You can sway as much as you like. You can like curl around like a cat. Just feel into that motion that the body is craving. It's even getting into the neck and the shoulders a bit. I think I just heard a little bit of a crackle in my neck. And in 3, 2, and 1, we just come into the center, come back onto our feet, and gently sit onto the buttocks, bring the feet forward, and ever so slowly, we're going to move down. So vertebra by vertebra, we'll lay on our back. Very, very, use your hands onto your thighs, gently, gently, gently move down. And the whole of the back body, apart from the hips to the head, is down, and we bring the knees into the chest. And we rock side from side. So we're getting a nice massage on the back. Another very soothing motion for the body is a rocking and a swaying. Intuitive, what we do with children and babies. And now on your next turning over to the left side, allow the knees to go to the left side, and gently, the knees may not go down completely, just put your feet on the ground or wherever it's comfortable, and then twist and look in the opposite direction with your arms out to each side. You may want to use one hand on the knees. So your arm is out and you're looking to your outstretched arm opposite to your knees. And you've got a twist, a nice spinal twist, but don't overdo it. Your knees may be very high up, and that's fine. Your feet are on the ground, your knees are high up. Just feel for that twisting motion and release. And now breathe in and put your hands on your knees and bring your knees back up. Twist your knees to the opposite side. The opposite arm stretches out. You look towards that opposite arm. Maybe your hand comes over your knees, or maybe not. And we're stretching through the neck, through the upper back, getting a beautiful twist. Just wringing out that spine, breathing through it, looking towards that opposite hand. And then gently, hands on the knees, bring your knees back up to your chest. And here is where we're going to set up for our Shavasana meditation. So we'll be in corpse pose, or if you want to sit up. So you bring your legs long, and if you've got your bolster, you put the bolster under your knees. And if you're happy without the bolster, it's all fine. So just wherever you're comfortable, the bolster may go under your thighs, whatever feels good. And then just wriggle around the top of the body. Just wriggle everything out. Make sure that you're nice and comfortable and easy. There's an easefulness in the back, in the shoulders, in the legs. You may want to turn your head side to side to just get any last creaks and cranks out. So your feet are splayed out, your hands are by your side, a little far from the hips, the palms are facing up. Slightly tuck the chin towards the chest to avoid that Pez head that I was talking about. We want the crown to be nice and long so that there's an elongation from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And now begin to melt. Melt the entire body into the earth, into the ground below. Let's turn the lights off. Feel heavy. As you feel the weight of the back of your body into the earth. Allow the ground below you to hold you, cradle you. Feel gravity pulling you down, and you feel held and safe and at ease. Visualize a beautiful shining light, a golden light coming down from the sky, entering the crown of your head. And that golden light is soothing, healing, luminous. Allow that golden glow to soften the scalp, the warmth, almost like sun rays entering the head, the face. Allow that golden glow to move over the forehead. Soften the brows, the temples, the ears. Feel that golden glow penetrate under the skin to the flesh and the bones, the cheekbones, the jaw. Soften, relax, release. The skin is soft and supple. The flesh is tender. The bones are nourished. Feel that golden glow, that light, that shimmering, radiating light move down through the throat and neck, softening, relaxing, replenishing. That luminous glow glides down to the back of the shoulders, the collarbones, the arms, the hands, the fingers, penetrating through the skin, the flesh, to the marrow of the bone, rejuvenating, healing. And that beautiful golden light passes over and through the heart center, setting the heart alight. You feel love and compassion in your heart for yourself and for others. Feel that beautiful golden light warming the heart center, creating a glow that radiates all around the torso, all around you. The light is shining within. The light is shining all around. And as that golden glow glides down to the abdomen, its healing warmth penetrating the skin, the flesh, into the organs, reviving, clearing, cleansing, balancing. The golden light, the warmth glides down the back, down to the buttocks, softening, soothing, into the hips, into the pelvis, warming, nourishing. The hips are heavy. That luminous light, that golden glow shines down over the thighs. The front of the thighs, the back of the thighs become loose and limp and soften. The healing warmth of that golden light shines onto the knees. The knees feel soft and supple. The warmth, the glow moves down to the shins and calves, through the flesh, down to the bone and the marrow, healing, nourishing, replenishing. Into the ankles, the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, into all 10 toes, the light, the warmth, the nourishment. You feel held, you feel whole. Now allow that light to shine down from the sky, enveloping your entire body in its warmth and radiance. You feel safe. You feel whole. All the cells of the body are ignited by that glowing light. The tissues, the organs, the blood, the bone, the marrow, all come alive. few moments of silence. And now we are complete. We come back to the body, back to the breath. Start to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Circle the ankles and the wrists. Move the head from side to side, taking deeper breaths. And we gently bring one knee, the other knee, hug the knees with the hands, gently rock side to side, massaging the back. And then we land on one side in the fetus position, raise the arm, use the top of the arm as a pillow. Side lying here in fetal position, integrating the practice. And we gently, gently push ourselves up to a seat, whatever comfortable seat that may be for you. You can be propped up on the bolster if you like. We can meet back in Sukhasana in easy cross leg. And now we bring the spine long, hands on the knees, crown of the head to the heavens, chin down, heavy into the pelvis. And we'll pull down heavens 3 more times. So we bring that heavenly energy up and shower the energy from the sky, penetrating, golden, healing, soothing, replenishing, down through the body. 2 more. Bring that earth energy, meeting the ether, meeting the sky, cascading, calming, soothing. Last one. Earth, ether, sky. Feel the waves of wholeness and well-being and radiance resonate throughout the body. And we bring palm on palm, create a butterfly with the hands, bring it to the chest, bow our head in reverence to the practice today. Give thanks to our bodies, give thanks to the earth, give thanks to all living things that we are part of this ecosystem, this beautiful sustenance that we get from the sky and from the air and from the water and from the land. Gratitude, appreciation, and love for every living thing on the planet. The love, the light, the beauty and joy in me sees and honors the love, the light, the beauty and joy in you. Thank you for practicing with me today. And we are complete. Just say bye to the people online. Thank you so much for joining me for this workshop and hope to see you maybe in the series. Bye-bye.